welcome to Lessons with Law Photography. My name is Stephanie May, and today I'm going to show you how to plan and execute a high-concept photo shoot. I've been doing conceptual photography for over a decade with my portrait business, Law Photography. I've learned a lot during that time about how different elements combine to create a unique image, and I'm excited to show you how I create conceptual photographs. To show you my process, I'm going to do a self-portrait photo shoot at home with a really fun theme that I think you'll like. But before I get to that, I want to talk about the 3 elements that make a successful photo shoot. When I decide to take any kind of photos, as the photographer or the model, I consider these 3 elements and use them to pull together the session. The 3 elements of a high concept photo shoot are theme, location, and styling. Any one of these elements can be your starting point for a high concept photo shoot, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to start with the first element I listed, which is theme. When I'm conceptualizing a photo shoot, I start by thinking about an idea I'm interested in exploring. It can be anything. A work of fiction like a book or a movie, a song or a character, other concepts like political or social issues, values, a feeling, or even just an experience can all inspire your theme. Don't be afraid to write down your ideas when they come up. I have a list of ideas on my phone that I add to pretty regularly. Some ideas are completely inspired by one color. Some are inspired by an era like the 1970s. And some of these ideas may never come to fruition, and others I hope to explore as soon as possible. One theme I've been fascinated with for years is a glamorized space alien. And this is the theme I'm going to tackle for this tutorial. This concept was initially inspired by my love of sci-fi and outer space. I have a lifelong fascination with aliens, science fiction, and space exploration, which led me to create this fun and weird alien-themed burlesque costume in 2018. I can honestly say that this alien concept has been a long time coming, and it's really a culmination of many influences, ranging from rock and roll songs about space travel, to prisms, to science fiction literature, to burlesque. Really, try not to limit yourself on what inspires you. It can be a song, a color combination, or even just a feeling that you have. Once you have an idea in mind, the next step is to dig deeper. What fascinates you about this idea? When I think about the idea of aliens, it brings up a lot of questions and unknowns that I personally find quite fascinating. And anytime you're thinking about something that you find captivating, it can work as a theme for a photo shoot. This idea is a bit of a rabbit hole, because once you start thinking about it and researching it, the information and creativity expands exponentially. Research is essential to finding inspiration related to your theme. Google is your friend. Go ahead and type in some search terms related to your idea and see what comes up. You may find that others have created art based on this theme, which can then help you conceptualize something unique about your idea. When I type in alien photo shoot into Google, I get some results, but not a lot of interesting photographs come up. For me, this means I can move forward with my own ideas without worrying too much about accidentally copying something that's already been done. I've mentioned a couple of times how much color can inspire and provide direction for a photo shoot. A super important part of conceptualizing an image is thinking about what colors and tones you will use to communicate your message and support your theme. For my alien concept, I was really inspired by vivid colors. Holographic metallics, prism refractions, iridescent materials, and neon hues all played a part in designing the look for my concept. You can use an online color generator to explore this idea a bit more and create your own palette. Color can be used across the board, from theme to set to styling. So be sure to consider this and give it some thought during your process. I kept those vivid colors in mind when I chose the backdrop materials for this photo shoot, which leads us to the next element. Location. The location is the place where you take your photographs for the conceptual shoot. Location is an essential aspect of conceptual photography. In some cases, it may be your first inspiration, with the theme and the styling to follow. For my alien photo shoot, location was the third and final consideration, which means I got to build a set. Set building is a fun but challenging part of editorial portraits. I've created a lot of sets in my day, and my skills have come a long way in 13 years. Each new set build is a challenge. Sometimes I don't have an exact vision in mind of what I want the set to look like. It's more like an impression of what I want. I find that gathering all of the materials together is what helps that impression take form. Not every editorial shoot will need a set built, but it will definitely need a location or a backdrop. For my alien set, I wanted to create a look that was psychedelic, sparkly, and colorful to echo the glamour and weirdness of the theme. Since I'm working with a costume that is a combination of blue tones and acid green, with a bit of lavender thrown in, I decided I really wanted those hues to pop on the set. I've been fascinated with prisms and holographic art for quite a while now, and I really love the way iridescent materials can catch and throw light around. I decided to build a metallic set using iridescent tinsel and holographic materials. I bought a roll of this really cool holographic vinyl and some metallic tinsel curtains to use for my set. When building the set, I wanted to choose a corner of my living space that allowed for plenty of distance between the camera and the subject. I also chose a corner over a flat wall so that I could have more space for posing and a bit more dimension in the angle. I cut up that holographic vinyl and I folded it into some weird triangular shapes, and then used a needle and thread to hang those shapes in front of the set. The color palette I chose for this photo shoot just makes me happy, kind of like how I feel when I see a rainbow. I love these vivid colors, and I wanted to use the psychedelic aspects of them to push the strangeness I wanted to see in the final photos. I got some much needed help from my partner with hanging the tinsel curtains. I used a wall-safe tape to hang them up, and I layered them for depth. After building the set, I then set up my Westcott lights and experimented with different colors of LED lighting. This cool LED bulb has a remote control that you can use to change colors. I experimented with green and blue, but I ended up going with a white light, and then I used my Nikon speed light with a magenta gel to pop the color on the set. Now that the set is built and the lighting is just right, it's time to get ready for the session, which brings us to the final element of a successful conceptual photo shoot: styling. For this example, the styling will include wardrobe, hair, and makeup. Since clothing for a photo shoot is an important part of the styling, and often it can take a lot of work and investment, I decided to save time by using some things that I already own. For this costume, I have a long, shiny aqua dress, green finger tentacles, a blue wig, and some fun neon makeup. I love the makeup process. In this example, I am experimenting with contouring, neon pops of color, and lots of glamour, of course. I love glam looks, so I wanted this alien makeup to echo that style. I used blue metallic body paint, neon powder eyeshadows, a bit of glitter, and of course, dramatic eyelashes. If you aren't good at doing your own makeup, you can always hire a professional makeup artist. And if you want to learn more about makeup, there are a lot of tutorials on YouTube that can help you out. When considering how to style your shoot, start by looking in your own closet. You can build a new look using items you already own, and supplement with new or new-to-you clothing to pull a look together. Don't be afraid to get creative here, especially if you're just doing the shoot for fun. You can also keep it super simple if your options are limited. I have done one self-portrait session in this full look, but I had not yet done a true exploration of the character in photos. This conceptual shoot gave me the opportunity to refine my vision for the theme and the character, and I really had a lot of fun doing it. The self-portrait photo shoot went pretty smoothly since I had the set and the lighting in place and had taken my time doing my makeup. Once I got in front of the camera, I tried to do poses and expressions to imitate the glamorous meets weird style that I conceptualized. Here are some of the finished photos after editing in Photoshop. As you can see, I pulled together a lot of inspiration for this concept. Science fiction, alien invasion, color theory, and of course, glamour. I hope this tutorial was insightful in your quest to create conceptual imagery, and I hope you'll join me on Patreon to keep up with my work. I release new tutorials monthly and would love to keep creating for you. You can also follow me on Instagram at Photographie, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button to be notified when I release new videos. Sound off in the comments with what you think about these high concept portraits.